Hello everyone. Today we're talking about the characteristics of living. Welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about the rest of the characters of living. First we're talking about the point about reproduction. Uh, the point is in unicellular living organisms, growth is synonym with reproduction only. Okay, growth is synonym with reproduction, and here we look in a picture of multicellular living organisms. Okay, if we looking into the picture, this is multicellular living organism made up of multiple cell. And if we're looking into the one cell, this is dividing into two cell, and further they divides. So one cell divides from two cells, and this further divide forms four cells. So in this we can say no is number of cell is increases. Yes, number of cell increases. So we can say here is a growth. As we know, in a growth by numbers, there is a growing with numbers. But if we're talking about the living organism, there is a single living organism. So if we're talking about the number of living organisms is increases. No, there is only single living organism in which the cells are multiplying. So number of living organism increases. No. So now we're talking about the another uh, type of living organism, and that is unicellular living organism. Unicellular living organism. Unicellular living organisms. Okay, in which the uni means one cell. The organism is made up of only single cell, which divides. This cell divides from two cells, and this further cell divides and forms two cells. So one cell forms two cells, and then further they divides in a similar way. But here, if we look in a point, is number of cell increases, then the answer is yes. So there is a growth. And looking for the second point is number of living organisms increases. With the example of amoeba, like amoeba is a single cell organism which divides and form two more amoebas. So the mother cell is dividing and form two more amoebas, and which further divides and form another another individuals, another living organism are formed. So here is, with the increasing number of cells, the number of living organisms are also increasing, because here is a living organism is made up of only single cell. So the number of living organism is also increases. So here we also seeing reproduction. So in the case of unicellular, this is about multicellular, and now we're looking into the, in case of unicellular, in unicellular living organisms, growth and reproduction simultaneously take place. That means in unicellular living organism, growth and reproduction take place simultaneously. So we can say in the case of unicellular living organisms, growth is a synonym of reproduction. So this is about the point which related to reproduction. Now we're talking about the another characteristics of livings. Okay, so the characteristic is next characteristic of living is cellular organization. Cellular organization. If we're talking about the livings is made up of cell or cells. If living is unicellular, they made up of cell. If living is multicellular, they made up of cells. So we can say all the livings are made up of cell or cells. With this point we can say cellular organization is properly defining to the livings without any exception. So whenever we say living, that means they consist cell or cells, and they are purely defining to the living. Now we talking about the another characteristics of living, and this is metabolism. Metabolism. If we're talking about the livings is, as we know, made up of cell or cells, and at a very micro level they are made up of chemicals, and these chemicals are converted into biomolecules, and by the process is known as chemical reactions, and this is also known as metabolic reactions, or we can say metabolism. So now we're talking about more points of metabolism, and the point is metabolism is properly defining to the livings without any exception. So this is about metabolism. Metabolism is properly defining to the living without any exception. That means all the livings having a metabolism. We continue this video.